Hi, Jay Smith from Model Aviation Magazine at the Toledo Expo. I'm here with George Maiorana, and I'm sitting right in front of his beautiful plane right here behind me, this Douglas Aircraft C-133A Cargo Master. Hi, George.
Good evening, Jay.
So this thing is very impressive. We saw some pictures of it before the show. Could you just take us through briefly, A, how you came up with this being a subject and what you put into it?
Okay, back in '01, Skip Mass and I were going to team up and build an airplane. We were down at Wright-Patterson, and this plane happened to be outside at that time. And I took like 120 pictures of it, documented it, and Skip, had some problems. We never got around to it. And after I built my TU-95 and had that flown, I went home and I go, I don't have anything to work on. So I looked around, and the only thing I had documentation on was this. And I said, I can start tomorrow. So I took a 3-view and I blew it up on an inkjet printer and ran a bunch of 8.5 by 11s, taped them all together, went down and bought a 4x8 sheet of 4-inch foam, started cutting out the parts to make the fuselage, and the fuselage is epoxy glass. The wings are foam cores covered with 64th ply. Tail group is, the fin is part of the third mold. Fuselage is molded in 3 pieces. And then the stab, I believe, it's hard to remember all this, I think it's balsa covered with some 2-ounce cloth. And then the whole plane is covered in flight metal, which is sticky back aluminum. Took about 6 months to cut out all the panels and prepare the aluminum and stick it on. And then it took another 3 months to put the rivets on. It's been 5.5 years since I started.
And with this one, you went electric, correct?
The motors are Maxim electric motors, and I've used those ever since '97. And I just don't have a lot of money to spend on the hobby, so I'm always doing things that don't cost a lot. And there's a lot of things in this airplane. I have help from some vendors, giving some things.
Well, obviously on this model, one thing that you can notice is you have a ton of flush head rivets. I mean, tons of them. So did you pioneer a way to do that, or how did you figure that one out?
Well, actually, the wet-powered one, which was Miss America B-29, the fuse was covered in aluminum. And I spent I think it was about 30 hours. I made pinwheels and I made things, and I finally came up with this embossing technique, and I've used it on all my planes since. The larger rivets or deuce fasteners or whatever are medical syringes cut off, flattened, and cleaned up, and then you go around. Like the lead edge, usually the lead edge of every airplane, they have screws that hold it down so they can take it off for maintenance. Every one of those is put on by hand. But this plane probably has close to 500,000 rivets on it.
That's incredible. Now, this plane has not yet flown, is that correct?
No, it has not flown.
But the plan is that you're going to compete with it at the Nats, is that correct?
The week after the 4th of July. And probably fly it a couple days before that.
Dave Pinniger is your pilot, correct?
Oh, yes. My pilot is Dave Pinniger, and his wife Vicki does all the calling.
So, like a model such as this, or the previous models that you've constructed and Dave flies, are you nervous on that first flight?
This is good with airplanes,
Yeah, he's an excellent pilot.
I do not fly. I would not fly one of these. I fly indoor stuff, and I break everything else I take out to the field, so. It's just, I spend too much time in the basement.
Well, it's certainly a beautiful model. We look forward to seeing how it does here when they hand out the awards on Sunday, and obviously we'll look forward to seeing it fly at the Nats. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us about it.
Oh, you're more than welcome. If you want to talk some more, let me know.